If you ever wanted to invest in real estate with putting 0% down, stay and watch this video. Hey, what's up you guys? It's Rob here, back with another epic video. In today's video, I am going to be discussing probably the best loan to use for investment properties or just to buy a house outright. I am talking about the VA loan. So you may have heard me discuss VA loans in earlier videos. I talk about it in length when I'm discussing how I utilize it for my mini real estate empire. But in today's video, I am going to go into a little bit more detail to include discussing some of its the VA loan's benefits, how you can become eligible for it. I'm going to discuss where it came from and much more. So sit back and relax and enjoy the video. But wait, do me a quick solid and like the video, share with your friends. It will help me with the YouTube algorithm and it'll help our community grow. Now let's get to it. All right, so first and foremost, VA stands for Veterans Affairs, but it's most commonly known as the VA. All right, so the VA came about in 1944 with the original GI Bill called the Servicemen's Readjustment Act, signed by President FDR. This was pretty much aimed to help soldiers readjust, coming back from World War II, and it helped them level the playing field when it comes to purchasing a house and establishing credit, except for Black people. Damn, that's kind of dark. So you're probably thinking to yourself, that's a great history lesson, but what is a VA loan? Well, when it was originally created, instead of creating new home loans, a VA loan has this thing called a VA loan guarantee. A VA loan guarantee, it guarantees to lenders, think banks, credit unions, mortgages, that in case of a loss due to foreclosure, the VA will reimburse the lenders their money. That's why the VA loan guarantee replaces having to put money for a down payment. That's why the VA loan is extremely famous for its benefits and very envious to a lot of real estate investors. All right, so here's a quick example. Say for instance, if you were interested in purchasing a house for $300,000, using a conventional loan, you would have to save up 20%. 20% of $300K is $60,000. That's a lot of money to be saving, especially when wages have been stagnant for decades. Now, even if you utilized a FHA loan, which you only have to put 3.5% down, you would still have to put $10,000 down for purchasing this house. However, though, with the VA loan, all you have to do is worry about closing costs and some fees, which honestly can just be waived and put into the loan itself. And that's not all. There's so many other benefits. So to include no down payments, but it's also a lifetime benefit.
Yeah, that lasts forever.
Then also you get competitive interest rates. So for me, when my first property, I only had to put, my interest rate was like 3.5%. And then my second property was 3.7%. I talk a little bit more about that in my other video if you want to check it out. Additionally as well, one of the best parts is that you do not have to pay any PMIs. PMIs is private mortgage insurance. So if you get a conventional loan and you don't put at least 20% down, you would have to pay this mortgage insurance. I can talk a little bit more about that in a later video. All right, so this sounds awesome, right? And you want to utilize this right away, right? But unfortunately, with all good things, there has to come a price. There's no free meal. So you have to complete a couple of requirements before you can utilize this special loan. So first, there's no lending requirements with the VA. However, though, you do have to fulfill the requirements from lenders. So that means minimum credit score, work history, and certain type of income. Additionally, as well, you have to complete two things. One, you will have to serve on active duty in some sorts, meaning you have to serve at least 90 continuous days on active duty, or the reservists / National Guard have their own benchmark you need to meet. Additionally, as well, you have to live in the property. That's right. That means you can't just buy it and rent it out immediately. You have to live in it in some form or fashion. So now that we got the eligibility out of the way, first off, let me say, if you qualify for the VA loan, thank you for your service. Now let's get into why we clicked on this video. Let's talk about how to make money utilizing a VA loan. So the big question, can you use a VA loan to invest in properties? The short answer is yes. However, though, there are some stipulations that you have to meet in order to do that. All right, so one of the stipulations you need to be aware of is the VA loan limit. The VA loan limits are the highest value loan that the Department of Veteran Affairs will allow you to borrow without putting any money down. So basically with the loan limit, they do not cap how much you can borrow, but just how much you can borrow without putting any money down. And in this year, the loan limit right now is $647,000. However, in certain counties, it can be much higher, like San Francisco or counties in Hawaii, where I've seen upwards to 900 grand. So when it comes to rental investing, this is extremely important to know, because utilizing the VA loan and knowing this loan limit, you can now borrow up to $647,000, meaning if you wanted to use a BRRRR strategy or whatever strategy that you want to utilize, you can borrow up to that amount of money without having to put any money down. So if you bought 6 properties all worth $100,000 each, you then don't have to put any money down for them. All right, something to note as well, I kind of mentioned this earlier, but there are some stipulations when it comes to utilizing this for property and investment. So first and foremost is once you use the VA loan and buy a property, you have to move within 60 days from closing. Additionally, as well, you will have to make this your primary residence, and you have to move in and live there for at least 12 months. And another factor as well, when you're utilizing this loan, is that when you're buying a multifamily, it has to be up to 4 units with the property. Meaning, like if it's like 5 units, then your VA loan will be denied. So one tool that you can utilize to counter some of these stipulations, and I use personally for my first and second property, is to house hack. So house hack is basically whenever you buy a rental property, you just have a roommate that lives in a different room or a different unit from you and just charge them rent. Overall, I think the VA loan is pretty clutch, and it's definitely a great benefit for service members and veterans. And it can definitely open up doors
Pun intended.
to be able to get into the real estate investing space. Now, when it comes down to flipping and other real estate programs or investing programs, it might not be the best, but for a long-term buy and hold, it's definitely like one of the best. I hear people all the time talk about how they wish they had the VA loan. Anyway, that being said, thank you guys for staying to the end. I always appreciate it. So just do me a favor, just like this video, subscribe, do all the other things. It will help me out, and I greatly appreciate it. And with that being said, peace.